Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be exploring the Monster Rancher 2 DX starters. We did a complete video going over the Monster Rancher 1 DX starters, where we discussed them in brief detail, including their designs, lore, and a bit of trivia, and you guys seem to really like that video, so here we are again. That said, this video will be much of the same, so make sure to sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. Okay, so Monster Rancher 2 is a little bit different in that, yes, you're given 3 starter choices. However, one of these choices will change as the seasons progress. There are 4 seasons which coincide with our real-world seasons, each divided by 3-month periods. The game itself starts in April, which is the spring season, and every 3 months a new season will come, hence the 3rd monster will change. Anyways, we're going to start with the 2 static monsters, then we'll go into the 4 rotational ones. First up, we got Zoom, a monster that may look familiar if you've watched the first Monster Rancher breakdown. Zoom is basically the spiritual successor to Dino, and this is further confirmed in Monster Rancher 4, where we get a Zoom subbreed called Dino as a throwback. Much like Dino, it shares the attribute of having the most philosophical, deep-rooted meaning behind its name, which is derived from the word Zoom, but it's got 2 U's in it. So anyways, its stats favor speed, which, I mean, its name is Zoom, so you should probably expect that. On screen now, you'll be able to see all of the different subbreeds for Zoom. The dragon and mono ones are definitely the coolest ones, just saying. Next we have Mochi, a monster that can attack using cherry blossom petals by controlling the wind. I've always thought of Mochi as sort of the runner-up mascot of the franchise, since it appears in so much promotional material, the anime, etc. Its stats actually favor speed despite its appearance, as well as defense and skill. Its name comes from a Japanese sweet cake made of pounded rice and wrapped in cherry blossom leaves by the same name. Now, you guys know I would never lie to you. I have to be honest here. This thing looks like a serial killer. Look at this smile. Look at it. Anyways, here you can see its various subbreeds. Next up, we got our boy Swayzo, the first of the rotational starters, and the one you'd run into upon booting up the game, since the game starts in April, and Swayzo is the spring rotational starter. Now, we have talked about Swayzo in our Monster Rancher 1 video, and he's much of the same here. What I will reiterate from that video is that Swayzo primarily focuses on intelligence and skill, and he is by far the most sensual of the monsters. Sensual in that he enjoys licking and spitting on his enemies. But yeah, here you can see its subtype variants, and of course, much like in the last video, we've got to pay our respects to the Demon King over here. Here we see our second seasonal starter, this time for the summer months, being Arrowhead, this really cool lobster scorpion thing. Now, interestingly, despite these being creatures that live in water, arrowheads have no water techniques, but instead utilize their claws and stinger to paralyze their enemies. Arrowheads focus chiefly on defense and life, making them much tankier than your typical monster. Here you can see its various subbreeds. Wait. What is that? The third of the rotational starters is the Hare, another starter whose name derives from an origin of deep philosophical prowess, only rivaled by those with the utmost intellectual capabilities, because you see, a hare is a type of rabbit. Anyways, despite their appearances, hare actually excel both in power and speed, and according to the Wiki, were voted the most popular monster in 2002. Wait, I think it's all coming together. Was this the original Big Chungus? Here you can check out its subbreeds, by the way. And finally, the last starter on this list for the winter months is Gaboo, the Noob Crusher. Anyone who either remembers their first time playing Monster Rancher or did recently will know exactly what I'm talking about. Be wary of this thing in early tournaments. Depending on which monster you're running, this thing will literally just one-shot you and then absorb your damage like a sponge. It's pure evil. But yeah, here you can see the subbreeds for this jerk. But yeah, there you go, guys. Just a fun video going over all of the Monster Rancher 2 DX starters. If you do want to see the starters from the original, like I said before, definitely check out the Monster Rancher 1 starter video. It will be linked below. And thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely make sure to let me know what type of content you want to see next. I spent a lot of time going back and forth between the two games, experimenting with a lot of different discs and different monsters, but not really taking any of them into the higher levels. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm definitely learning as I go, and I'm having a lot of fun covering this game. Now, if you are a fan of Monster Rancher or just the monster taming genre in general, definitely subscribe to the channel. We cover these types of games every single day. You can also follow me on Twitter and check out my Discord, which will be linked below. And just want to say special thanks to our patrons, especially our mythical backers, Jim Hamilton and StealCase. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.